Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you guys how to get this look using only Australis products. So let's get straight into it. First thing I'm taking is the Oh Hey Brow Eyebrow Shaping Kit, and I'm just taking the gel side of the kit and just kind of creating a new shape because I always like to change my brow shape every single day because I can do whatever I want with them, and it's so good because I can always change them up. So I'm just taking that gel and putting it through and creating that shape. And then I'm going to be taking the two powder sides. I'm going to take some of the light and some of the dark. So I'm going to put the lightest at the front of my brow and then the darkest at the back of my brow to give that like little ombre effect. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it helps me a lot. Then just brushing over my hairs, I'm just going to take the brow tint and brush that all through my hairs so they're nice and brown and there's no blonde little hairs sticking through. Now I'm just going to be taking the lip base. So basically this is just a lip base that goes on your lips and it's like a nice soothing, I guess, primer so it's ready for your lipstick. So it feels really good too. Now moving on to concealer, this is the Australis Bye Bye Blemish Concealer, and I was so impressed with this concealer because it's actually really good coverage and it's such a nice colour, and I was just overall really impressed with it. So I'm just creating a nice defined brow with a little flat top brush. I'm pretty sure that brush I'm using there is an Australis one as well. So I tried to incorporate some Australis brushes as well, so to like keep the whole full face of Australis, you know. So I'm just taking that concealer and putting it all over both of my eyelids to prep for my eyeshadow. Now I'm just blending that out with a Real Techniques new diamond sponge. Now I'm not a huge fan of this sponge. When I was blending my foundation out, I felt like it left little lines all over my face, so it's quite hard to work with. I probably wouldn't grab it and pick it up and use it again, but we'll talk about that later on in the video. Now, just setting my eyelids with the Australis Fresh and Flawless Pressed Powder in the shade Natural, just so my shadow goes on nicely. Now, I'm just taking a little bit of sticky tape and popping that on the sides to get that nice sharp line. Now, for my eyeshadow today, Australis doesn't actually do any powder eyeshadow, so I had no choice but to use the AC on Tour kit. So I'm just taking those two shades, a bit of the cool tone and a bit of the warm tone, and I'm just going to be putting that through my crease, just to give a little bit of definition in the eyes. So I'm just taking a small little blending brush and just continuously packing on colour and building it up so it is nice and pigmented. I wish Australis came out with actual powder eyeshadows. That would be so good and so helpful for a tutorial like this. Now taking the Australis Green Days metallic eyeshadow, I'm just going to be putting that all over my eyelid with a flat top brush, and this is a really nice eyeshadow. Not gonna lie, it's a really good eyeshadow, but to blend it out, it is extremely hard, especially when you don't have a black or something to, you know, blend that harsh line out with. So I tried my absolute best to blend it out with the AC on Tour kit shades and just hope that it kind of worked out. It still wasn't blended to the best of my ability, but I tried, okay? I tried this. I just dropped my fucking microphone. Now you're all the way down there, Bindi. So, yeah. Okay, so after dropping my microphone, I'm just going to be taking the Sense No Fear Australis liquid eyeliner. It's kind of like in this little pinpoint form, I guess. So I'm just kind of creating a rather big wing and just joining that up with my inner corner so it goes all the way across my eyelid, just so we have a nice wing. Then I just cleaned up that eyeshadow a little bit because the eyeliner did transfer a little bit. Moving on to mascara, this is just the Australis mascara. It didn't give me much volume or length, but that's okay, it still worked. It still did a good job. And I just did pop some lashes on. I'm not sure what they were, but I'll leave them in the description. Moving on to the face, this is the See Ya Later Pores Primer. This is extremely mattifying, and it does mattify your skin perfectly. And then I'm going to be taking the O2 Glow Foundation with the Liquid Strobe like illuminizer. Is it illuminizer? I don't know. But I'm mixing those two together and just applying that to my skin. And look at the coverage that this foundation has. It's actually really good. I think it's going to be one of my new drugstore favorite foundations because the coverage is amazing. Like, look at that. I didn't even have to like layer that on, and the coverage is really good. So I'm just applying that all over my skin with that Real Techniques sponge, and I'm concealing the tops of my brows using that same foundation. Not the concealer, I'm using the foundation, just to carve them out so it's ready to go to do my big ass jolly forehead. So I'm just covering my whole forehead up with the same foundation, obviously. It's pretty straightforward from here on out, guys, and just making sure everything is blended. Going back in with... Going back in with that Bye Bye Blemish Concealer, I'm just putting on my chin, Cupid's bow, my nose, and my forehead. This is just going to give me a little bit more coverage. It didn't really highlight because it's basically the same color as the foundation that I used. But this concealer was actually really good to use under the eyes. It did not crease. It did not, come off when I put powder on it. It was actually really good. So I'm really impressed with this concealer. So I'm just blending that out and making sure it is all blended and ready to go so I can bake the absolute shit out of my under eyes. So this stuff does not crease, but it didn't crease anyway, which was awesome. So I'm just taking the Australis Ready Set Go finishing powder in True Translucent and just packing a generous amount of that underneath my eyes. Now, I do not know if this has flashback because I stupidly enough did not take a photo with flash on. So I'm really sorry. I don't think it has flashback, but it might. I think it might have a little bit, but not too much. You can always knock it back, you know what I mean, with another powder. Then just setting the rest of my foundation with the Australis Fresh and Flawless in the shade Natural. That is one of my favorite drugstore powders ever. I'm literally obsessed with it, and I could not live without it. It's what I use all the time to set my foundation. Okay, moving on to underneath the eyes, I'm just going back in with a little bit more of those brown colors from the AC On Tour kit, just to give a little bit of definition under the eye, And then straight into the waterline, I'm taking this Australis Gel Pencil. I'm not sure what shade this is in, but I'll leave it down below. I used to own this when I first started makeup, and I actually love the formula. It stays on and it doesn't move. Really easy to apply and super creamy. So, it's good. And then I'm just putting a little bit of mascara on my bottom lashes and a little bit just over the top of the lashes just to get any excess powder out. Now to contour. Now you guys know I have not been a huge fan of the AC On Tour kit, but I tried to make it work. I kind of fucked it up a little bit, which you'll see a little bit sooner on in the video, but I hope it looked okay in the end. I kind of messed it up and I was a little disappointed, but that just teaches you not to put too much on because no one wants to be walking around with grey, muddy cheeks like me. So I'm just contouring around my jawline, my cheeks, my nose, and my forehead, and just hoping for the best that it doesn't go muddy. But now when I applied some of the bronzing powder over it, it went extremely muddy. Look at that. I don't know what happened, and then I tried to fix it by putting some pressed powder over the top, and it went grey. It literally went grey, and I was like, what else can I do? So I just put some more bronzer over the top and hope to blend it out, and it kind of worked, but doesn't look the best. Just moving on to a little bit of blush to bring some colour back to the face, and just applying that onto my little cheeky squats there. Oh, we're ready to set. Oh no, we're not setting, we're prepping for highlighter using the Australis Makeup Setting Spray. And then going in with the High Life highlighter. This is not very pigmented, but it's good for the price because it does give you a nice little glow along your cheekbones, your nose, your Cupid's bow. And then I'm just taking a little bit of that banana shade from the AC On Tour kit and just cleaning up my contour because it was a bit low and messy. And now for my liquid lipstick, this is Creme Brulee by Australis, obviously, and it's a really nice colour. I didn't wear it for long, so I can't really tell you how long wearing it is, but it wasn't like cracking or anything like that, but it went on nicely and the applicator was good. Now I'm just setting my whole entire face and then popping some gloss over the top. I've been loving glossy lips lately. Don't know why, but I have been. So I'm just applying that over the top. Oh, and we're done. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a massive thumbs up. I love you guys so much, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye! See ya! Ew!